Hey, what's up guys? This is Thomas Feng with Bay Area Connect. This week we're going to be doing a video about FHA loans. Now I've been doing a lot of open houses recently, pretty much every weekend, and I've been talking to a lot of first-time home buyers. There's definitely a lot of first-time home buyers currently looking at homes. The spring selling season is coming up, so a lot more homes are coming out on the market. One of the complaints or things that I hear a lot at open houses is just how much first-time home buyers have to put down for a loan. 20% conventionally is a good chunk of money, especially in the South Bay area. So today we're going to be talking about FHA loans and how they differ from conventional loans. Today we also have Joe Lima with us from Princeton Capital. Joe, why don't you get us started off with rates this week?
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me, Thomas.
No problem.
The conventional loans are going to be ranging all on a 30-year fixed, and these are with no points. So the range for the interest rate on a conventional loan amount, 4.17 or lower, is going to be from 4.875 to 5%. An agency jumbo loan, which is a loan amount of over 4.17 all the way up to 729,750, is going to range from 5 1/8 to 5 1/4. A true jumbo loan, anything over 729,750, is going to range between 5.625 to 5.875. All these are going to change. All the rates change every day, and it depends on the time that you lock. But that's a good range. Things are creeping up a little bit at 5% or a little bit over, due to the economy starting to pick up, and the stock market is generally improving.
Mm-hmm. All right, thanks a lot, Joe, for that update. So to start us off, Joe, why don't you give us a very brief overview of a FHA loan?
FHA loan, real simple. It's backed by the government. It's going to be government insured. So they're enabling less strict guidelines as far as approving and down payment.
Okay. So speaking of down payment, what's the minimum that you need to put down for a FHA loan?
Well, FHA is really geared towards the first-time home buyer. It doesn't have to be a first-time home buyer, but it's geared towards them. So the down payments can be as low as 3.5%. Typically, that's when someone does an FHA loan, they're coming in with the minimal 3.5% as the down payment.
Mm-hmm. So 3.5% versus about 20% for a conventional loan.
Correct.
You do the math, it definitely is a big difference. So Joe, for the down payment, I know for conventional loans, when you're putting down the down payment, a percentage of that you need to pay by yourself. How does that differ from an FHA loan?
Well, one of the other benefits of an FHA loan, that 3.5% or whatever percentage you're going to put towards the down payment can be gifted funds, meaning a relative, an aunt, an uncle, cousin, mom, dad, whoever can gift you the down payment. 100% of that down payment can be a gift.
That's great. So 100%, obviously, a lot of the first-time home buyers out there, they have a lot of payments they need to be making right now, so having this benefit in itself is pretty good.
Yep.
Are there any additional benefits that you could see for a buyer using an FHA loan?
Yeah, the additional benefits, they get a little bit specific to each scenario, but one of the main ones out there, you kind of touch base on that too, is you're able to pay off any revolving or installment debts other than your new housing payment in order to qualify. So if there is a car payment or a credit card payment that you have that's not enabling you to qualify because that payment's too high every month, you can pay that off at closing or during the loan process in order to qualify. So the loans go up to $729,000, $750,000. So there is a wide range there. You know, and the debt ratios in order to qualify are a lot less strict compared to conventional loans as well.
And what Joe's talking about is the debt-to-income ratio, which is one of the key factors a lot of underwriters do look for when they're trying to qualify you for a loan. For a conventional loan, you do go in with whatever you have at the moment. You can't pay it down, so the FHA does help for you to qualify. Are there any other benefits that you see from this program?
Now, coming in with a 3.5%, that's the lowest you can come in with for a down payment. Now, what FHA also allows is the seller can contribute up to 6% of the purchase price towards closing costs. Now, are you going to see closing costs reach that amount? Probably not, but it does give you the satisfaction to know that you can just come into this transaction, and if you have a seller that's in a nice scenario or situation where they can do this, you would just come in with a 3.5% down and pay no closing costs because the seller is going to contribute everything.
Right.
Even going towards your insurance, and prepaid taxes and things of that nature. They can contribute towards that.
Mm-hmm. So obviously, a lot of first-time home buyers, they don't really know about FHA loans, which brings up our next point. Are there any negatives to an FHA loan? Because obviously, if not a lot of people are using it, there's got to be some downside.
Yeah. The two main cons or negatives to the FHA loan is, one, they're going to have a stricter appraiser go out to the property. They're going to have to meet FHA criteria for the property's condition. So there may be things that a conventional appraiser would not look out for or look for when he's at the property, but an FHA appraiser would. Things like going into the attic or the crawl space underneath the house just to check out how it looks. Conventional appraisal would not do that. So
that's a really good point that you bring up, Joe. And if you really think about it, it kind of makes sense because the FHA loan is going to be a lot higher amount. Mm-hmm. So obviously, the underwriter wants to know that all the guidelines are met. Even though the appraisal is a little harder, you're getting a lot bigger of a down payment. So that's definitely a good and bad together. Mm-hmm. You said there was also another negative, Joe?
Yeah, the other negative would be the mortgage insurance. That's a requirement to pay not only monthly but up front. FHA requires a 1% of the loan amount to be paid up front as mortgage insurance. That part can be financed into your loan amount, so there's nothing out of pocket there. But the monthly mortgage insurance, which is calculated off of your loan amount, can range anywhere from about $200 to $350 a month, depending obviously on the size of the loan that you're taking out and the purchase price of the property. But that mortgage insurance, both the upfront and the monthly, is my way of looking at it. It's sort of like a fee that you're paying because you only came in with a 3.5% down. Mm-hmm. So that would be the only other negative.
Right. And the fee that Joe's talking about, the private mortgage insurance, is the same as the one for the conventional loan when you come in with less than 20%. Well, that's great information, Joe. First of all, thank you so much for sharing all this with us. Is there anything that you feel that we missed? Have you used an FHA loan before? And have you ever seen other people or heard of friends using it? What are some pros and cons that you could think of for an FHA loan? We would like to invite you to talk with us on our Facebook. It's at facebook.com/Bay Area Connect. So feel free to connect with us there. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.